Hi, welcome back to the channel. This is Dave DuPont, the founder of the brokerage Paseo Property Group, where we're dedicated to giving buyers and sellers a more affordable option for transacting real estate. At this channel, we typically dive into topics that are super important for buyers and sellers, and occasionally we do an industry piece, which is what we're doing today. So we're talking about one of the most debated policies in real estate right now called clear cooperation. So first off, what is clear cooperation? Why is it so important, and why is everybody all tied up in a knot about it? Okay, so introduced by the National Association of Realtors, clear cooperation mandates that listing agents, once they sign a listing agreement, have to put that home on the MLS. With the simple idea is that if a home's for sale, it should be visible and accessible to all market participants, right? So on one side, you of course have people that support that very easy argument, right? That transparency benefits everybody and creates efficiencies, right? Well, on the other side, you have critics that claim that clear cooperation unfairly limits some sellers' ability to market their properties the way they want to, which is also true. So to understand the benefits and drawbacks of each side, let's dig a little bit deeper against the backdrop, of course, of a housing system, national housing system, where we have over 650,000 people living on the street and a generational low in transaction volume, right? We just got through two of the worst years on record. To support clear cooperation, we need to dive deep into the cognitive price formation process. Like, how do buyers determine prices? Because remember, it's buyers that set trends and determine prices, not sellers. If a seller isn't realistic about their selling price, they won't sell the house, right? It's buyers, and they determine value by looking and comparing at home attributes between multiple different houses. So how do they do that? When they're out and about, they essentially group home attributes in their mind, things like neighborhood and community, or school district, or location, or finish, or layout, right? Condition of maintenance. And then they think about those home attributes relative to other homes that they've seen and compare the prices, right? And that's how good agents help their clients determine offer prices and relative value in our housing markets. So now here's where clear cooperation has become so essential. If some homes in the market aren't publicly available or accessible in the MLS, it disrupts the price formation process in our housing markets. Buyers can't compare all their options, which creates systemic inefficiencies, not just for the individuals, but for the entire system, because worse data leads to higher interest rates. Okay, so while you can argue that clear cooperation limits a small portion of seller flexibility in marketing their properties, which is true, the reality is that the absence of clear cooperation increases costs for everyone. There are ultimately no beneficiaries of a less transparent system. Greater transparency leads to better data, which contributes to lower interest rates, which leads to more transactions, which creates more profits for agents and the brokers, right? Nobody benefits from less transparency, which leads to worse data, which leads to higher interest rates, which leads to lower transaction volume and lower profits for the brokers. So we're at a turning point in the industry, time of rapid technological change. Let's advocate for greater collaboration and transparency, not less.